Hi, I'm Verene, a curious explorer of the intricate landscape of the human mind and behaviors, and you're now listening to the Ink Thoughts podcast, where I unravel the mysteries behind the incongruous thoughts that pepper our everyday existence. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ink Thoughts podcast. Hope everyone has been doing well. So today we're diving into a question. I'm not quite sure about you guys, but I often ponder quite a lot, like why do sad songs make us feel so connected? And while we're at it, let's tackle another big question. When you're feeling down, should you listen to sad songs or happy songs to cheer yourself up? Okay, sad songs have this incredible ability to reach into our hearts and validate how we're feeling. I guess there's no objection, right? So whether it's a song about heartbreak or a gentle tune about longing, these songs remind us that we are not alone. They give us the permission to feel without judgment. So what happens in our brains when we listen to sad music? Neuroscience has some answers to it. Sad songs trigger the release of hormones like prolactin and oxytocin. Prolactin is known as the soothing hormone. It helps us progress grief and sadness, brings us the feeling of comfort. Oxytocin, on the other hand, is sometimes called the bonding hormone. It is an essential hormone in fostering trust and empathy, helping us build the social connections and balance stress levels at the same time. Hence, when these hormones are released, we feel calmer and more connected to the people who share our feelings, or even to that artist that are singing the song. This is why a sad song can feel like an emotional hug when we need it most. But what about the times when you just want to feel better? Should you stick to sad songs or flip the switch and turn on something happy? Let's break it down. Research shows that when we're feeling down, we often gravitate towards music that matches our current mood, like sad songs. This is because sad music can feel validating, as if the artist understands exactly what we're going through. It's not just about the lyrics, it's the melody, the tone, and even the pauses in the music that resonate with us. So, for example, when I was feeling sad, I used to listen to like Korean songs that I understand nothing. I mean, I don't understand Korean, but I can feel it through the melody and tone, which makes me feel comforted. Yeah. And there's more to it. Listening to sad songs can also trigger something called catharsis. It is a fancy term for emotional release we feel when we let ourselves cry or confront our feelings. By leaning into the sadness, we actually allow ourselves to process it, and that can make us feel better in the long run. Now, on the flip side, happy songs can work wonders too. Upbeat music can stimulate the release of feel-good chemicals in the brain like dopamine and serotonin. These tracks can lift your energy, distract you from negative thoughts, and even get you moving. Either it's dancing in your room or just nodding along to the beat. Like for example, when people go clubbing, usually people play upbeat songs and, with that physical interaction and stuff, you just feel so happy, so hyped up. So, and now, why do we keep going back to sad songs even when they make us cry then? Psychologists believe that it is because sadness, when expressed through music, makes us feel safe. Sad songs allow us to confront our emotions without feeling overwhelmed. And as I mentioned earlier, when it gives us a sense of catharsis, it helps us process our feelings and move on. Now, to my personal experience. I remember when I was in my teenage years, I loved sad songs a lot. Oftentimes, my whole playlist is just full of sad songs. You can't find a happy song in it. However, sometimes I do feel very, very connected to those feelings and got it from the melody and from the lyrics. But funny thing is, actually at that point in my life, I haven't really had any like heartbreaking moments, and those life challenges weren't as huge too. So if you ask me, is that really something that, feel that sad? Maybe not. But I was able to feel very, very connected and get a sense of comfort too. By which I mean I felt better and my mood kind of got lifted after listening to those sad songs or music. And I remember that time I disliked upbeat songs. I just felt that's a bit too much, too overwhelming for me. But nowadays, after going through a lot more in life compared to that time, I wouldn't let myself get stuck in sad songs for too long now. That felt a bit too much, as in I would start ruminating over things. So self-awareness is really important here. You have to know if that's working for you or not. If it is, keep going. If it's not, maybe try something else. So now, it's the time to decide which is better, sad songs or happy songs. But the truth is, it depends on what you're looking for. If you want to process your emotions, sad songs might be the way to go. They allow you to sit with your feelings, understand them, and eventually let them go. But if you're ready to shift your mood, happy songs can help pull you out and get into a more positive headspace. Here's a practical tip. Try combining both. Start with a few reflective, emotional songs that resonate with how you're feeling. Let yourself feel the sadness, and it is okay to cry or just sit quietly and listen. Do whatever you feel right at that moment. Then, as you start to feel a sense of release, transition to a more neutral or bitter songs. Finally, end with something more uplifting, empowering tracks to give your mood a gentle boost. Whether you're drawn to sad songs or happy ones, the magic of music lies in its ability to connect us, to ourselves, to others, and to something bigger. Even when you're listening to a song in a foreign language, you're still feeling something right. Music is universal. It speaks to our shared humanity, our deepest emotions, and our needs for connection. So the next time when you're feeling down, remember there's no right or wrong answer. Choose the music that feels right for you in that moment, and let it guide you through. Thank you for joining me today and tap into the psychology of sad songs and the happy ones. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friend who loves music as much as you do. And if you have a favorite song that always lifts you up or lets you process your emotion, I'd love to hear about it. Comment down below and let me know. Until next time, stay connected, stay curious, and let the music play. See ya! Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you enjoyed it, do like and share it with your friends and family and drop me a comment on YouTube. If you're on Apple Podcasts, please leave me a review. If you're on Spotify, please rate my show. Alternatively, any questions or feedback, feel free to email me at hello@incongruous.com or send me a private message on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter with the username of IncThoughtspot. Thanks again, and catch you all next week.